Welcome and hello. It's Crisula Sirigu, the Golden News. On today's episode, I am delighted. I've got here my guest, Constance Schaap. Constance lives in wonderful Netherlands, beautiful Netherlands. And I met Constance a few years ago. We met at the Heart IQ retreat, which is actually the first one. It was not a Heart IQ retreat. It was something else, Constance, wasn't it? Well, welcome,
I
Constance.
think it was a training. Yeah. Thank you, Crisula. I'm very happy to be here with you and exploring more about heart intelligence. And feels good.
It feels good. It feels good because whenever we try to explain what heart intelligence is, there's always some sort of like a lacking in translation somehow, because it's so experiential. So what I'm really looking forward to exploring on this call is how heart intelligence has helped Constance on her own path, in your own journey, Constance. How has it actually supported you, empowered you, inspired you to be where you are now? All the shifts that you may have come across, all the transformation. It could be emotionally or mentally, or the choices you made in your life. And that's how I would like to see how a particular therapy or philosophy or practice, how it can actually support you at whatever stage you are in life at this point, in time. So, Constance, let's go back and say when you were searching for something to change. What was it that actually you were attracted to Heart IQ and heart intelligence in the first place? Where were you back then?
Well, I was sort of in a job that I didn't really like anymore, and that I felt something needed to change, but I didn't know exactly what needed to change. And I had a coach myself who said to me, "Hey, I think you might like to do the Heart IQ coaching training because that really would appeal to you." And so I picked up that message that she gave me, and I thought, well, okay, let me check it out. And I went there for a retreat, and I thought, okay, this is it. This is it, because it's so transformational. It's so different to all the things I had seen before. And it's how can I say this? It really has a lot more than one-to-one coaching, because there is this circle element in it where you learn from others. And it's also so transformational because I saw people change their views or beliefs in 4 minutes in a retreat where we were. And I thought, man, if this is possible, then we've got to do it this way, because all the other ways take a lot of time. And I really want to help people move forward in their lives without having to struggle, and do it in a joyful way. And that's the other part that really appealed to me. It's all about joy. It's how can you create more joy in your life? Well, who wouldn't like that? So yeah, I was sold to this concept the moment I saw it.
So you definitely opted in because you wanted something that would be I could see the collective in this as well. So being as an individual, but also having the support of the collective, being in a circle environment, the dynamics being in a circle, and actually how the circle helps us to see how we mirror each other. And then that's how we can see parts of ourselves that we couldn't see before. That's one of the dynamics of the circle. And the other bit is actually that we're here to enjoy life, and the Heart IQ, all the different tools and the methodology inside. It's all about connecting with your joy and dropping into your joy more, and connecting with your heart. Really, that's why it's called Heart IQ. So yeah, it is. You may say to yourselves, well, of course I am a heart-centered person, and of course you are. But sometimes, what's happening in our lives, the different areas of our lives that have been sort of in different cupboards. If I can bring the analogy of a cupboard here, actually you cram in so many things, but you never ever have a chance of actually opening the cupboard and clear it. And Heart IQ helps you really to bring that clarity into your life, because you cannot hide when you are in a circle environment. Things will be revealed, whether you want to, connect with your inner self, or somehow somebody else will actually support you in bringing that out. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I learned so much about relationship dynamics in the circle. I mean, more than the 50 years before in my life, in a few years. So, it's so revealing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And joyful to be with other heart-centered people. It's so so an intimate connection that you create with each other, because you go to these depths of what's in you, about your gifts and your talents, but also the things that you do not want to see about yourself. Mm-hmm. It all gets clear, and you learn so much from it, and you feel so much lighter when you've been in such a retreat. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, it's always the thing to look forward to. I plan it 6 months in advance, because I think, oh yeah, I'm going to go there again.
It's very inspirational and uplifting, and the most important thing actually is of course when you are in the circle, but what is it that you do after you leave the circle? I remember at the beginning it was really hard for me to face the everyday life after I am completely sort of living the circle, living the support and the connection that we experience in a circle environment and with people that come from that openness. They wanted to share, and they want to shift, and they want to see you be better, feeling better, and you have that support. And I learned, and I guess it is a process, that you don't need to be in a circle to actually carry on living in a heart intelligent way.
No.
It's great to have that, like a dose of Heart IQ inspiration, and always shifting and looking at different parts of yourself and the shadow self. But it's actually, how do you bring that into everyday life? And that's the mastery. It's not only being in a circle. Circle helps you and supports you, and is important.
It's inspiring.
Yes, absolutely. And that's how Heart IQ coaching works. It works in one-to-one. I'm talking because I'm a Heart IQ coach. That's how Constance and I we met. But it also helps when you are in a group environment, and the facilitator is there to help and navigate you. Yeah. So that's what Constance is actually setting up in where you live, in Hausen in the Netherlands. Yes. And let's talk about Constance. What is it, some of your own steps, some of your own tips or tools that you can share with our viewers that you use in your everyday life, having had the Heart IQ training and having seen how the Heart IQ, Heart Intelligence works for others and for yourself. How do you actually keep that practice going? What is it that you do? Because it requires what we call consistency. It requires dedication. It requires, really, really bringing that into your everyday life. And it's not just theory. You say, yeah, I've got to do this. But it's actually how you actually integrate that into your body, into your relationships, into your everyday life. So what is it that you do, Constance, to bring that into everyday life?
There are a few things, actually. One of the things that I bring into my daily life now, and that I learned in Heart IQ, is what we call following the breadcrumbs, which means that if you are in a place that you feel you don't like at that particular moment, that you learn how you can accept where you are and know where you are, and then from that place think, okay, but I would like to have more joy in my life, and what can I do right now? And that can be very little steps that you can do. What I actually learned that was very important for me is that when I was in this job that I didn't like, I started to practice that and say, okay, I'm in this place now. I know I want out and I want something different. And then I took steps. So I went to the Heart IQ coaching training, and I I thought, okay, I can do this. So I finished that, and then I quit my job without knowing how this was going to go further. But I just took a step every time again. And then every time I noticed that something was coming in that helped me to the next step and the next step. So it's, it is theory, but when you see it happening in your own life over and over again, you start to trust more that, okay, you can take one step and the next step will come when you have taken that step. So that was a big revelation for me, really feeling that that is really working.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, then there is also in every relationship that you have, whether it is with your partner or with someone else, that you uh, um, become more conscious about what's going on in that relationship, and that you see the mirroring that's happening in those contacts, and that you see, okay, what can I learn from this? Let's say your partner is angry at you for something you have done. And then what I learned is, okay, you can own what you have done, which was not so nice maybe, and then say, okay, and what can I learn from this? Do we need to make a different agreement about how we're going to do that the next time? Or is there something I need to look at in myself that's not working? So you learn to be responsible for what you bring to the relationship. And that's not a big part, because the moment you start doing that, that really changes how you relate to each other.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And it's a wonderful technique is also how you can witness yourself, where you are and how you are behaving and how you are reacting. And you're coming from that space of not completely, utterly, being, blocked in, and then you have, completely, utterly losing what's happening because of your anger or your grief or whatever emotional state you may be. But you're coming and you're looking yourself from up here, seeing how you actually interact with the others and what vibes you're giving out to your partner or to your friends or family, and then you're becoming, in this way you're becoming more responsible, as Constance said, but also you become more conscious of where you are, in connection with your own feelings, what's going on inside you, but also in connection with what you say and how you act, and how you what you give out there, how it's actually landing on somebody else's reality. So it is a wonderful way of become. This is one of the things that Heart IQ does to you. It's actually, you say, okay, you're not sort of blind in go ahead, and then you become more like, okay, let me just see that from if I just see, I'm like a helicopter up here, and then you're just trying to see what's happening, what is it I'm observing, so instead of being in the situation and you feel completely utterly stagnated and stuck and not way hard to move, you don't need to be like that. That's
No.
That's the magic in it. You don't need to be in that space, because then you get into fear mode, and then of course you get to say things or act in a way that is not you.
Absolutely.
So that's partly one of the things that Heart IQ helps you with, and also it is very much about realizing what you're expecting others to do or not to do, how you actually how you can navigate that better, rather than it's all about I remember when my partner then, my husband now, had no intention whatsoever connecting with the Heart IQ, and he was definitely saying, that's not for me. But deep down, my heart's desire was for him to be part of this experience, and for him to come and join and see what I enjoy too, because I enjoy it. I thought it would be nice for him to enjoy it too, right?
Yeah.
So, but the way I was coming across, I was really forcing it on him, because I really want him to do it, and I was actually judging him. That's another big thing about understanding more of your own take ownership of your own emotions as well. How much you want to impose something on the other. So when I share that with the actual founder of Heart IQ, Christian Pankhurst, in a Heart IQ relationship coaching environment, and I said, so how can we actually inspire our partners to come and join us in this wonderful journey? And then I remember that he was very, very explicit, as he is. And then he was actually telling, you actually, the more you push it, the more he will say no to it. So the moral of the story is that I stop pushing it, because what is it good for you doesn't mean it's good for somebody else, and that's the lesson in the whole story. It's whatever works for you doesn't mean will work for somebody else. So I stopped pushing that, and then whatever, our relationship flourished after that, and then we got married, and partially I owe my connection, the deeper connection with my husband, to Heart IQ, and my journey evolving as a human and as a woman as well, because it's also bringing the male and female within it. And that's another thing that we explore in Heart IQ, the feminine essence and the masculine essence. So that's what my take has been from being involved with Heart IQ, and it is a big one. It's a big one because relationships is what we are surrounded by people, and then we have relationships like our husbands and our children and our families and our friends, that we really, we feel like this relationship, really we need to nourish them and absolutely cherish them. And if these are not working, then we're not happy either. So the fact that my relationship with my husband now is in a different place, and we are much happier together, and we have actually said yes to accepting one another as we are, it is a big thing. It's a big shift for me, and that's how Heart IQ can work for you. It depending where you are in your relationship, and if you like your relationship to be healthy, solid, intimate, and loving as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely true.
So that's how I would like to bring my own. Also, I like to bring real examples, because, and for me, honesty and integrity is very part of who I am, but also is very part of what Heart IQ is all about. But you need to learn to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest, honor your feelings. Because what we tend to do is actually, as I said, the analogy about the cupboard, we cram everything underneath, and we say, oh, we'll sort it another day. We'll sort it another time. And year goes after year after year, and we never get the chance to release this emotional baggage that we have kept somehow hidden. And then somehow it comes out as a volcanic eruption, and then it comes out again as a volcanic eruption, and then it has got an impact on your health, and of course on the relationship you have with others. So I love Heart IQ, how it has helped me with my own emotional well-being, as well as relationship-wise, and how I bring that into my coaching as well. So, Constance.
Yes.
So relationships and you particularly, you work with women.
Yes.
So what is it that Heart IQ helps with in terms of empowering women or inspiring women or connecting with our own feminine essence more? What is it how do you bring Heart IQ at coaching women?
Well, what I really try to communicate to them is how important it is in your daily life when you have so many things on your plate to do, and you have your work, and you have your children, and you have your home, and you're busy, that you really find time for yourself to do things that really make you joyful, in order to be better able to help your children, your family, and everybody else. Because if your cup is empty, how on earth are you ever going to be able to give more to others? So it's, we're so used to going on and doing everything and putting ourselves at the last place. And I really believe that a lot of women have this habit in their life, and it's not because they choose it, but you're just not aware of that you could do it differently. And the more I work with them, the more I see them flourish and do things they like or have a new hobby or whatever it is. And then I see everything in their life change for the better. So, yeah, that was one of the things that I think, well, you have the power to make a choice to say, okay, I want 1.5 day a week and spend some time for things that I like to do, or an evening, or whatever. And find the ways that you can fill your own cup so you're healthy and you feel good and you're joyful and you know, everybody notices that about
the
you.
energy changes.
Yeah.
And also the bit about it is sometimes we're trying to find excuses why we're not looking after ourselves and why we do things certain ways, and then blame gets into play. So that's how Kata IQ can help identify what is it that stops you really from living your life, your standards, high standards, and you know, what is it really that it's, what is it behind you, you're hiding behind something. What is it that is really you need to release so you can move forward and express your real heart's desire. And then that's how we say, you know, you connect with your truth and you drop down into what your heart says to you, because your heart wants you to be happy.
Yes. Absolutely.
So your spirit wants you to be happy, you know, to be joyful and enjoy, you know, be in that space. So allow the time, you know, and then the coaching element comes in to identify what is it that actually stops you, and then take the time to look into the different areas. You can go underneath, not just on the surface, you know, go deeper. And on that level, the color healing, color therapy that I work with, it really helps you to get to the actual points that stop you, the theme or the areas, really fast. So the combination of Heart IQ with color therapy, the system I work with, the color mirrors, and color psychology and color analysis, it's a wonderful package. And I'm delighted because Constance is actually being trained to become a practitioner of color mirror system, and she's going to be bringing that in her own practice where she lives in Hausen, in wonderful Hausen. I really love this place. So because it's all a matter. We start off always becoming more aware. Awareness is the first thing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I absolutely agree with you that color mirrors is such a wonderful add-on to what we have already learned in heart intelligence. It's really, it makes it even faster to find the places where you need to work on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a therapy tool. So heart intelligence is like a container, if you like. You know, it's like it provides you a useful, absolutely safe container. And then, you know, as a coach, you come in and you feel really, really, really held. And then color is the activator. Is really going to shake you up, and you say, okay, that's what it's because it's mirroring back at you again, based on the Heart IQ. It's mirroring back at you where you are, so you cannot escape. Because my client said to me, how do you know that? I said, I don't. You told me by choosing the bottle. And it's so accurate. It's so accurate. And then I have used it for a few years now in my practice, and absolutely love it. I absolutely adore it because it's easy for me. It's also about being easy, sustainable, efficient, and fun at the same time. And who doesn't like color? I love color.
Me too.
So there you go. So you got a little bit of a taster of color mirrors, and color mirrors is we use the essences. So we use these are the beautiful bottles that you have two colors in them, or once here we've got green. Basically is the bottle. Mercury in the system is all about communication, yes, and connecting with your heart. I mean, the green is the color of the heart. Or we've got the splitters. There you are, the splitters, and then they are made They are made, and then you've got little shiny little things inside. Can you see them? I don't know if you can. And this one here is the lilac dragon. So we also work with dragon energy. Very powerful, very dynamic. We work with angels. We work with the elements. And every single color has got an impact in different parts of your body. So you've got the physical well-being, the physical healing, but then also within that, you've got the emotional wounds that you need to look after, because there are lots of wounds happening, and with some of them, we actually bring them into our lives from our ancestors that we haven't got any idea how. You start having issues, but it's not just what happened in this life, it happens in the previous life or the life before that. So talking about color, this is how the color works on a cellular level. So that's how we go even deeper in actually releasing whatever holds you back, whatever no longer works for you in your life, whatever traumatic experience. So Heart IQ helps you to really identify where you are, and then see, actually connecting with where you are, like shaking you up in a sense, like say, okay, where you are, and bring you back into your alignment. But the color therapy, it really, it's all about the healing essence that can happen much faster. It really, it is. I call it an accelerator. Because it does accelerate the whole emotional or physical or mental process of healing, and you are becoming your own healer. That's another thing. That's the empowering thing of Heart IQ and color therapy as well. Yes, because you've got your wisdom is in you. That's another thing that you realize with our Heart IQ. Instead of waiting for somebody else to rescue you, you own up and you say, well, actually, I can find the answers. The answers are within me. That's another powerful thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, so I'm so looking forward to having Constance here in England, where she's going to come for the second part of her Color Mirrors Practitioners Training in March.
Yes,
and also Constance is one of the contributors in the book I'm writing, the book of Soulful Musings, and the pre-launch is happening on the 1st of March 2018. And Constance will be here. Yes.
Yay!
Yes, and the training after that is happening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But Sunday is going to be also a love and money bootcamp and love and success bootcamp retreat, where myself and Constance will be here helping you out, navigating through different bits and bobs that it comes to your relationship, or love, self-love, or success in terms of the way you like to see success in your own heart. Prosperity and joy. So we're gonna be looking at all of that on Sunday the 4th of March 2018. Okay, Constance, fabulous. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we close today's episode?
No, I think we covered a lot and really be the essence of what we wanted to share.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm sure that is to be continued. There's so much more to explore when it comes to Heart IQ. This was just a little bit of a taster for you, and just to feel into it and connect with my energy and also Constance's energy, because these calls are actually uploaded on YouTube. It would be really wonderful if you subscribe on my channel, because then you can have access to all these wonderful conversations and interviews I have on my show, on the Golden Muse Show. And thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Constance, for coming and joining me on this call.
Thank you,
I really enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. I really love to do this with you. It's really great.
So yes, so there will be more of these inspiring conversations coming up soon. So that's why I urge you to go ahead and subscribe on the YouTube channel, because you don't want to miss it. Okay. Lots of love. Bye for now.